Welcome. Going to go to... Let's check our quest log. Alright, we've done a bit of the Mages Guild, so I am going to do the Pilgrimage of the Seven Graces. It's going to take a little prep. I need a few things. I've read the books. So, let's see. I have a Rising Force potion. I have some muck. I have a drag shell, but not drag wax. So I'm going to go to the merchant in Nandeen, buy some drag wax.
I'm a busy gal, so if you could hurry.
Just ask. You have my complete attention.
Okay. Whistling at the kitty. Okay, that's fair. All right. We're gonna go. Let's see if I can do most of this by memory. Okay, Fields of Kumu are accessible from Arkingthand. So this is for the temple. It will take us to Vivek, Nisus, Ghostgate, and the book, The Pilgrim's Path, described each of these events and what is being honored. That's Ordinator checkpoint right there. It's not really marked on the map as a place you can port to, but it is described. I think I could see it through the mushrooms right up there. It's on the shores of Lake Amaya. Usually a quest between here and there that's kind of silly, so I'll probably do it. Yeah, there's the quest NPC. We break the stoneflower. Ah! Oh, I'm right here. I'll head up and do the quest anyway. So this is the Field of Kumu Shrine. I'm going to not pick the flowers in order to honor the path. They have pilgrims. Fields of Kumu Shrine. Would you like to join Muck and ask for a blessing? Yes. Grace of humility, thank you for your humility, Lord Vivek. I shall neither strut nor preen in vanity, but shall know and give thanks for my place in the greater world. So that's where Vivek stripped off his clothes and toiled in the fields for a farmer who had lost his guar. Now she's skeptical of the tribunal very much, but she likes what the temple is doing, so there's some conflict here. It does seem to help people. So she's going to learn what she can about it.
What is this about?
As if on cue.
What is this about? Hello? Please, might you be of some assistance? My friend is lost, and I'm very worried about him. Yes, my friend Edris Oral and I were traveling to Vivek, and he heard a strange animal sound nearby. He's sort of an amateur naturalist, and he felt compelled to seek out what was making the noises. That was hours ago, and I'm afraid something terrible has happened to him. If you could find him and bring him back safely, I'd really appreciate it. I'd go myself, but I'm really more of a scholar, as is he. That's why we were traveling together. A little safety in numbers, you know. Can you help?
I'll try and find your friend.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Truly, I fear for his life.
So those were mating Kaguti, and there is a book, Kaguti Mating Habits. I know it's in Skyrim. I don't know if it's here or if it's written by this guy for being in Skyrim. I don't know.
Yes, Outlander. What do you want? Oh, thank heavens you found me. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't shown up. I've been trapped here by some Kaguti since my friend and I were separated. Ah, you've met Thorinor. Yes, he and I became separated when I went off to investigate some sounds I heard. Of course, it turned out to be a pack of Kaguti that trapped me here. But I see you've taken care of them. Did you notice any distinctive sounds they may have made when you were battling them? They have the most fascinating vocalizations. But enough of that for now. Shall we go back and meet Thorinor?
Interesting. Go on. Ah, you found my friend Adris. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I'm afraid I don't have much to give you as a reward, but this amulet may help you in your travels. It's helped the two of us out on a number of occasions. Take care.
Okay, so that is Fields of Kumu on Lake Amaya. We're going to go to Vivek and do the next 3. With the High Fane. Beautiful night. Terrifying to stand under the meteor, but she can. Considers herself very brave. Shrine to stop the moon, which is meaningful, standing directly underneath it. Would you like to donate a potion of rising force and ask for a blessing? Yes. Your journal has been updated. The grace of daring. Thank you for your daring, Lord Vivek. I shall not shun risk, nor hide behind the mask of cautious counsel, for the fortune favors the bold. So this is when Vivek taunted... Was it? No, it's a little bit more complicated. I'm not sure this is the taunt place, but... Sheogorath convinced this moon to crash in here. And according to the temple, now Vivek stopped it, and they are allies. And in fact, they hollowed it out, and there's some coordinator stuff happening up there. Just looking at the flowers and the fountains. Beautiful. Okay, the puzzle canal
flow from the House of Troubles.
Is not really described terribly well in the books. So we'll just go ahead and do this. It does say that, you know, the puzzle canal is confusing, which is fine. So what you need to do is come into the Puzzle Canal Center, which is accessed by, you can see Puzzle Canal level 3. And you come in underwater, which is fine. You come up to this shrine and you can read further instructions that are not in a book called Breathing Water, which gives you a hint. I'm not going to loot the rest of that's here. Now the shrine is locked right now, and there's no way over. If you read this shrine, it'll give you a hint. Breathe the waters of his glory, and the way is made clear. Okay, so a little weird, a little scary. But you need to immerse yourself in the water, and I will take off my save first. I will take off my water-breathing amulet and essentially kill myself. Cut that out, PD sneezed. Okay, so you need to stay underwater and, you know, kill the slugfish. So your breath will go down, and then you need to stay under until your health completely depletes. So, you hear a thundering sound, and after the thundering sound, the path, there's a bridge, and the shrine is open. That's a ridiculous thing to ask people to do, but okay. I don't think that teaches you anything except drowning, but oh well. I don't know if this is modded or not, but I'm grateful for it. Silver longswords, right here. If you don't have this mod or this edition or whatever it is, bring a silver longsword. This is the Daedra Krauser. Krauser. The T looks like an R, but I think it's Crest.
Are you here on the pilgrimage? I take it that silver longsword is for me. As you see, I am unarmed, but you are brave and gallant. Will you give me your longsword so that I may stand a chance against your might? Yes, I accept this sword, thank you. You have the grace of courtesy. You should read the inscription on the shrine to complete your pilgrimage.
So this is the actual pilgrimage shrine, not that one. Read it. The grace of courtesy. Thank you for your courtesy, Lord Vivek. I shall speak neither hurtful nor harsh word, but shall speak respectfully, even of my enemies. For temperate words may turn aside anger. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff in here, but I don't feel good looting a shrine, so I'm going to leave things as, particularly with, the feeling that Vivek is watching me. There is a bunch of stuff around here, and some of it is relatively good, but out of respect, I am not going to loot. Okay. So back out. You're going to go to the top of the Palace of Vivek now. Beautiful view of the city. Looks like that's Evanhart over there. So I have a bunch of buffs that are going to last about a game hour, but as soon as I sleep, they will disappear. Levitate. Oh, there's the moon. Beautiful. Right here. So I have all the blessings of levitation and feather, and I'm just going to have a meal. Kind of sit here and eat. Kind of amazing. And right here is the next shrine. Palace Shrine. Would you like to leave a donation of 100 gold and ask for a blessing? Grace of generosity. Thank you for your generosity, Lord Vivek. I shall neither hoard, nor steal, nor encumber myself with profitless treasure, but shall share freely among house and hearth. Okay, the next two are in Nisus, and then the last one is Ghost Gate. I do have soul gems. So, Ghost Gate requires the donation of a soul gem. Outside of Nisus at Coal Cave, you're going to need some drag wax. And I don't remember what is at the Nisus shrine specifically, but we'll find out. I might be missing something that I need, but we can get it. Alright. I have not been to Nisus yet. Okay, I'm going to go over to the Siltstrider and see if there's transport to Nisus. Let me see if I have anything closer, because it's going to make me really tired very fast. I'm going to port up here to somewhere. No. I'm going to port to a tomb and fly down. It's going to be about as close as flying all the way across Vivek. Probably get transport, but again, yeah, I don't. She prefers not being immediately tired from travel. Plus, she suspects she gets Siltstrider sick as well. Take a moment to look at the dwarven ruins and an airship? There's an airship, huh? I'm a little scared to get too close. Oh yeah, we were here to get the, Fascinating, she'll be back later. Okay, so she's got speed and levitate. We'll make good use of it and book our way to Nisus. Speaking of book. Alright, let's do biography of Barenziah.
Late in the Second Era, a girl child, Berenzia, was born to the rulers of the kingdom of Mournhold, in what is now the imperial province of Morrowind. She was reared in all the luxury and security befitting a royal dark elven child until she reached 5 years of age. At that time, His Excellency Tiber Septim, the first Emperor of Tamriel, demanded that the decadent rulers of Morrowind yield to him and institute imperial reforms. Trusting to their vaunted magic, the Dark Elves impudently refused until Tiber Septim's army was on the borders. An armistice was hastily signed by the now eager Dunmer, but not before there were several battles, one of which laid waste to Mournhold, now called Almalexi. Little Princess Berenzia and her nurse were found among the wreckage. The Imperial General Symmachus, himself a Dark Elf, suggested to Tiber Septim that the child might someday be valuable, and she was therefore placed with a loyal supporter who had recently retired from the Imperial army. Sven Adventson had been granted the title of Count upon his retirement. His fiefdom, Darkmoor, was a small town in central Skyrim. Count Sven and his wife reared the princess as their own daughter.
Okay, here is Nisus. So let's try her down here. Find the temple. Alright, yeah, I'm right on top of it. Oh. Alright. Where's the door, my friends? Okay. Here the shrine is upstairs. The Nisus temple is a little more extravagant than other temples because it holds a pilgrimage site. Shrine of the Mask. Okay, here is Vivek's ash mask. I told the story where the enemies coated them in ash as they slept, and Vivek could not fight his way out, but when he cried, his tears loosened the mask and he was able to bring his people back to life. I'd like to donate a potion of cure disease and ask for a blessing. Okay, hopefully I have. I think if you don't have these items in your inventory, it won't give you the prompt, so I will give the potion. The grace of justice. Thank you for your justice, Lord Vivek. I shall be neither cruel nor arbitrary, for fair dealing earns the love, trust, and respect of our people. Okay. There's one more Nisus.
She was educated.
Part of the reason why I don't like Barenziah is it's not a great story. The reason why they have it in so often is she's part of... she's been alive for the entire story, but the story is the story of Arena, which is not a great story. And they have at least two versions of it. The official Imperial telling of the story, which this is, and then the more bawdy telling of the real story with her having flaws and failings and doubts. But all in all, she's not a great character, and it's not a great story, in my opinion. But here we go. More biography of Barenziah.
Appropriately, and more importantly, that the imperial virtues of obedience, discretion, loyalty, and piety were instilled in the child. In short, she was made fit to take her place as a member of the new ruling class of Morrowind. The girl, Barenziah, grew in beauty, grace and intelligence. She was sweet-tempered, a joy to her adoptive parents and their 5 young sons, who loved her as their elder sister. Other than her appearance, she differed from young girls of her class.
Okay, before we go be all pious, we have to help someone get his pants back.
I couldn't get over it. Forget. Haynab stole my pants. I was taking a bath and Haynab Lasamsi stole my pants. Maybe you could talk to him and get my pants back.
Certain things are more important than religion. We don't want to leave the guy standing in the rain without pants. Hey, Nab. Rude.
Is there something I can do for you? Welcome. I'm Haynab Lasamsi. You're in the village of Nisus. If you're a pilgrim, you're probably looking for the Mask of Vivek at the Nisus temple. Otherwise, I can help you find what you're looking for.
How about pants,
She's
man?
a hard woman, all right. Why do you want Hentis's pants? That swit couldn't put them on without help.
So I need to raise his position.
I don't... If you wanted the pants that bad, why didn't you say so? Here, take them. It was a stupid joke anyway.
It was, my friend.
May you find all that you seek, traveler. Haynab stole my pants. You got my pants back? I wish I could stand up to Haynab like you did. I don't have much religion, but I have some acrobat. Here, take it. Thanks for getting my pants back.
You're welcome. So, good deed done. So we'll be looking for the entrance to Coal Cave, going in and leaving Dragwax.
Asked only in that she had a strong empathy for the woods and...
Drag is one of those words that is pronounced differently across several games. I have checked. I always said it as Drew. People say Dra. But in ESO and in other places, when I have heard it said out loud, it's Dreg.
Fields, and was wont to escape her household duties to wander there at times.
But we can go for regional differences. Just like Berenzia and Baranzaya, it is not pronounced consistently. But we are dealing with many dialects across many regions, so... Okay.
Baranzaya was happy and content until her 16th year, when a wicked orphan stable boy, whom she had befriended out of pity, told her he had overheard the spirit of guardian Count Sven, the Red Guard visitor, sold her as a concubine in Rehad, as no Nord or Breton would marry her on account of her black skin, and no dark elf would have her.
So for Coal Cave, you're looking for this big arch
Whatever shall I
with
do?
the lights?
The poor girl said, weeping and trembling, for she had been brought up in innocence and trust, and it never occurred to her that her friend the stable boy would lie to her. The wicked boy, who was called Straw, said that she must run away if she valued her virtue, but that he would come with her as her protector. Sorrowfully,
Coal Cave Shrine. Would you like to donate some drag wax and ask for a blessing? Grace of valor. Thank you for your valor, Lord Vivek. I shall not quail nor turn away, but face my enemies and my fear. Okay. Now the next one is Ghost Gate. It's not really dangerous in the long run, it's just a bit of travel, so probably the best place to start would be Aldruin, and then we'll fly down to Ghost Gate. Ooh, Baron Zaya are way down there.
Berenzia agreed to this plan, and that very night she disguised herself as a boy, and the pair escaped to the nearby city of Whiterun. After a few days there, they managed to get jobs as guards for a disreputable merchant caravan. The caravan was heading east by side roads in a mendacious attempt to elude the lawful tolls charged on the imperial highways. Thus, the pair eluded pursuit until they reached the city of Riften, where they ceased their travels for a time. They felt safe in Riften, close as it was to the Morrowind border, so that dark elves were enough of a common sight. The first volume of this series told the story of Barenzia's origin heiress to the throne of Mournhold, until her father rebelled against His Excellency Tiber Septim I and brought ruin to the province of Morrowind. Thanks largely to the benevolence of the Emperor, the child Berenzia was not destroyed with her parents, but reared by Count Sven of Darkmoor, a loyal imperial trustee. She grew up into a beautiful and pious child, trustful of her guardian's care. This trust, however, was exploited by a wicked orphan stable boy at Count Sven's estate, who with lies and fabrications tricked her into fleeing Darkmoor with him when she turned 16. After many adventures on the road, they settled in Riften, a Skyrim city near the Morrowind borders. The stable boy, Straw, was not altogether evil. He loved...
Okay. This is Ghostgate. Quick tour. You've got two towers. Tower of Dusk, Tower of Dawn, which is very likely in honor of Azura, who hates the Tribunal. So, we've got very cool animated statues. The ghost fence looks awesome. And in here is a merchant who sells glass armor, which is a great light armor. We can't afford any of it. We've got 800 drakes to our name. And they cost like 15k a piece. I can never find a left pauldron though. Okay. This is a little scary. Ah! Look! No! Scary thing! Oh, it's just a rat. I actually don't want to hit these guys and start something, so I didn't take a shot. I'll just let them do their job. Okay. Up here is the final shot. So it says Ghostgate Shrine. Would you like to donate a petty soul gem and ask for a blessing? Grace of Pride. Thank you for your pride, Lord Vivek. I shall not doubt myself or my people or my gods, and shall insist upon them and my ancient rights. So, shrine is surrounded by soul gems again, also surrounded by ordinators. Not going to steal them.
Forget tomorrow. If you are right, act today.
I like what people from the temple say. I'm not sure she likes what they do, but she's new here. She doesn't know much. She's still gathering information. Okay. So she has completed the pilgrimage of the Seven Graces. And I will hand that in by going to the Aldrun Temple and letting them know I've finished. Calls for a cup of tea. Pilgriming is thirsty work.
Rumors flow from the House of Troubles.
Are you here to serve the temple by performing duties, or have you come for something else?
Yes, you have finished the pilgrimages of the 7 Graces. I commend you for this. You are now ready for more challenging duties.
Okay, good.
Probably nothing.
Nice, I remember the whole quest.
To belong to the temple is to practice compassion. Vivek often showed compassion to his enemies. You must show compassion by curing Bulfim Gra Shugarth, a Sheogorath worshipper in Melkashishi. Take this potion of Cure Blight. You can cure Bulfim by giving her the potion, but it is expensive. I would prefer you learn a spell such as Realm's Gift and return the potion to me. Travel to Aldvalothi and head east past the Daedric ruin of Ashalmawia. Continue due east until you reach the mountains. Then follow the trail south until you see another Daedric ruin. Be careful in Melkashishi. The followers of Sheogorath are unpredictable. Don't go further into the ruins than you must. The temple recognizes you. You are now the Acolyte.
Okay, let me see if I have Realm's Gift. No, I've only got Cure on Self. Let me see if I can find it here. So Realm's Gift is Cure, I believe. It is Cure Common and Cure Blight Disease on Touch.
3 blessings, Sarah. Welcome to Aldrun. I'm Fulvis Andalor, Healer Service. Are you new here? I don't believe we've met.
And it is very expensive. Yes, it's sold here. So let me see if I can sell. I picked up a bunch of alchemy stuff, so I'll do a bit of alchemy, sell some of it, and buy the spell. Okay, made a little bit of money. Again, I sold Deirdre Hearts, raised my disposition, so it's a little cheaper, and I've got a little more money. I'm going to buy Realm's Gift, Cure Common, and Cure Blight Disease on Touch, so I will be able to cure people as a member of the temple. Alright. I don't think we joined the Fighters Guild, so I'm going to go back to Belmora and pick that up. Okay, the temple, the 7 Graces counts as quite a few quests done for the temple, so we're going to do something else for a little bit. Fighters Guild in Balmora. And I can hand in a few things to Hasfat.
Yes.
Okay, I'm listening.
And advanced astrologians.
Come on, then. Say something or move on. Well, speak up. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild?
The volume here is terrible, so... Okay.
You look like you could take care of yourself. Before I sign you up, you might want to look at the Fighters Guild charter. Are you ready to sign up now? You are now the journeyman in the Fighters Guild. Work hard, follow orders, and you'll do just fine. Seek me out if you feel you are ready for advancement.
Okay, this is
I have a
none of
very
this
simple
is
contract to
scintillating
end an
dialogue.
infestation of cave rats. You might be able to handle it. Go to Drarain Thelis' house. It's here in Balmora, along the river on the east side. Ask her where the rats are coming from. Kill the rats and get your payment from Drarain Thelis. Report back to me once you've taken care of this.
Alright. So we need to speak to Hasfat about both the Dwemer Puzzle Cube and the Astrologians Guild, get a package from him for the Astrologians Guild, and get, finish the favor for the main quest.
Greetings. So, have you done that little favor I asked?
So when you ask about the Astrologians Guild, he says, how goes the excavations?
Perfect. Just what I was looking for. Just let me take this Dwemer puzzle box, and then I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the 6th house and about the Niravarine. By the way, the inscriptions on the box seem to be the directions for setting a Dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested after you've delivered your report to Caius, come back and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkingthand. Dagoth-Ur was the leader of the extinct 6th house, House Dagoth, the traitor house destroyed in the War of the First Council. Dagoth-Ur is the evil immortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The temple blames Dagoth-Ur and his hosts for all the evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth-Ur dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin and legions of monsters. The old Dwemer ruins at Arkingthand are extensive on the surface and underground. Head south out of town past the Siltstrider port, then cross bridges east over the Odai River. At the signpost, head north towards Caldera. Immediately on the right, see a signpost for Molag Mar. Turn right and head uphill on an old road to cross an ancient Dwemer bridge over Foyada Mamea. The entrance to Arkingthand is on the east side of the Foyada, south of the bridge. Turn a crank on a pipe nearby to open the doors. The disappearance of the dwarves predates Imperial written records. Dunmer oral accounts record that the Dwemer were utterly destroyed by the gods for profane practices and impiety. Dwarven ruins are scattered across Tamriel, and weapons, armor, housewares, coins, and other items of Dwemer design are often found, but the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of the dwarves remains one of Tamriel's greatest mysteries. The Dwemer are the fabled lost dwarven race whose ruins and splendid artifacts are scattered across Tamriel. Elves use the term Dwemer, connoting variously deep-delving, profound, and close-counseled. Imperial usage is dwarven, derived in fable from the affectionate regard of the giant races for their little Dwemer friends. There are several Dwemer sites on Vardenfell, and many have found Dwemer artifacts. Weapons, armor, housewares, coins, and other items of Dwemer design are often found in Dwemer ruins. They are prized by historians and antiquarians, and very valuable. The Emperor, however, has declared all newly discovered Dwemer artifacts to be possessions of the Crown and forbids their trade or sale. Now smuggling Dwemer artifacts is treason, but smugglers will still risk execution for such a profitable crime. Yes, the inscriptions on the box seem to be the directions for setting a Dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested, after you've delivered your report to Caius, come back, and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkingthand. There are many Dwemer sites on Vardenfell, but the two largest are Mizuleft and Nu-Chu Leftingth. Mizuleft is in the Sheogorad region, is cursed and dangerous, and access is forbidden. Nu-Chu Leftingth is occupied by an expedition of the Imperial Archaeological Commission and is not open to visitors. Yes, the box was just what I was looking for. Services are cheap, and get cheaper as you advance in rank. But since Sjoring Hardheart, the new guildmaster, deposed my old friend Perseus Mercius, things have gone a bit sour. My advice is to watch yourself with Hardheart and his cronies. They got more ambition than sense. Go see Perseus Mercius in Aldrun, and listen to what he tells you. Foyada means fire river in the native Ashlander language. The deep ash-dark ravines which run down from the Red Mountain volcano are called Foyada. The lava from Red Mountain is very fluid, and it runs almost like water. And during an eruption, fire rivers run down the mountain, clearing the ravines of vegetation. Because they have good footing, are clear of brush, and run long distances, the natives use them like roads. House Dagoth was the 6th of the 7 Dunmer great houses. Nothing remains of the 6th house. Its members were all slain or adopted into other great houses following their treason in the War of the First Council. Their clanstead was called Kogaroon. I won't bore you blathering about history, that's what Caius is for. But if you're really interested, try On Morrowind, the Imperial Province, by Eramanwe of Sunhold. I have an extra copy you can have. What an adventurer like you really needs is a sense of current events. Who hates who? Where's trouble brewing? That's where opportunity lies for an outlander like you. The great houses hate each other. Theft, murder, assassination, secret raids, standard stuff. The temple is trying to kill off a rebellious faction called the Dissident Priests. Ashlander nomads raid each other, attack traders and pilgrims. A secret cult is killing off imperial citizens, all bad enough. The real problem, though, is the blight, monsters and diseases. The natives say it comes from Red Mountain. It's been a local problem for years, but lately it's gotten badly out of control. When we understand the events that occur to us, the events become history. History is understanding. Otherwise, we're all just dumb animals trying to get in out of the cold. My friend, Senilius Cadiusus, is the head of the Nu Chu Leftingth expedition, and he is accompanied by his charming daughter, Pania Cadiusus. The Dwemer language has never been translated, and they are searching Nu Chu Leftingth for a book that may be a Dwemer translation key. Here, let me give you a letter of introduction. They might be willing to hire you. I encourage you visit Senilius Cadiusus. Make sure you bring the letter of introduction I gave you. The Dwemer language is largely untranslatable, though the alphabet is known, and short inscriptions can be deciphered, usually from context clues. Fortunately, many Dwemer documents were written in Aldmeris, which is very close to modern Elven languages. The Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will unite the Dunmer against the Outlander invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. Nerevar is a legendary hero and saint of the Temple, but the Temple denies the prophecy and persecutes heretics who believe in the Nerevarine. Tell Caius that Sharn Gramuzgob would be a better person to ask about the native faiths and superstitions.
Oh, you're here for the package on behalf of the Astrologians Guild. Here you are. Happy to do business with you. I receive new finds here and there if you want to check back.
The guild steward here in Balmora is Idis Fireeye. House Dagoth is the 6th house, the lost 6th house. In the First Age, House Dagoth betrayed the other great houses during the War of the First Council and was destroyed for their treason. I can answer any questions you have, but I'll also give you some notes to give to Caius and recommend some 6th house references he should read. Here's a list of cheap books. All of them will tell you something about the 6th house and how it ended. The War of the First Council, Saint Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, and the real Nerevar. Try the bookseller Dorissa Darvel over in the commercial district. She'll have at least some of these titles. I gave you the notes. Give them to Caius.
All right. So to complete the quest for the Astrologians Guild...
Can you ask your question quickly?
We go across the street and ask about Dwemer books.
Our selection is the finest in town.
Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. How can I serve you? Bad people? If you're looking for specific names from the Kamana Tong, you should go talk to the Thieves Guild. I can't afford to get involved, but the Thieves Guild has an interest, and maybe they'll be willing to stick their necks out. You might find someone who'll talk to you over at the South Wall Corner Club. The Fighters Guild in Balmora is on Trade Street, west of the river, on the right as you head north of the plaza near the South Gate and the Siltstrider Port. Idis Fireeye is the steward. Look for her if you're thinking of joining the Fighters Guild. The Kamona Tong is the old criminal syndicate here in Morrowind. And, as everyone around here knows, there's a gang war between the Thieves Guild and the Kamona Tong. In Balmora, the Kamona Tong hangs out over at the corner club called the Council Club. Watch yourself if you go in there. They're not very nice people. The Balmora Council Club is across from the Siltstrider. Validus Demnavani has studied Dwemer ruins all over Vardenfell. I hear he's always looking for books on the Dwemer. Buy from merchants and traders who like you. You get better prices. Members of your own factions usually like you best. His house is in the middle row east of the River Odai.
That's asking about 9 Toes. When I ask about the old Dwemer book, yes, we do have one that is badly damaged. It's not Dwemer exactly, but some kind of journal on Dwemer studies, so it's perfectly legal. I can give it to you for 20 gold. I buy it. The book was for the Astrologians Guild, correct? I'll send word if I find anything else.
As everyone knows, the Thieves Guild is at war with the Kimona Tong. The Thieves Guild is the new gang in town, and the Kimona Tong, the old gang, wants the Thieves Guild dead. It's a mess. You don't want to get involved.
Alright, for story flow reasons, I am not going to hand those notes in to Caius. The reason is that there's a point at which, well, the main quest is, it's very overarching on something that's really serious. So, once you get into the flow of the main quest, the beginning steps here are, he did tell me to go get a cover to gain inability, so I'm going to take that very seriously. Once you get a little bit further in the main quest, it becomes incredibly urgent. It doesn't make any sense, in a narrative sense at all, to go do something else. And it sort of snowballs into something bigger and bigger. And so I am going to wait quite a bit before I hand that in. And I'm not even gonna hand that in right now because it triggers other things. I'm just gonna hang out here.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
So this is for the Fighters Guild. These are the cave rats.
Are you the one they sent to take care of the cave rats? These rats are such a nuisance. I'm worried they'll eat all of my pillows. You like pillows, don't you? Anyway, I've got one trapped in my bedroom here, and the other 2 are in my storage area upstairs. Rats, that is, not pillows. Here's the key for that door. There are at least 3 of these beasts. I hope they haven't gotten into my good pillows.
Rude, but I'm stealing her books because I can. And there's a running joke of Morrowind of too many pillows. Oh, my arrows. I don't have any arrows. Need to get some arrows. These are all baskets of pillows, extravagant pillows, silk pillows. I'm going to leave her her pillows. I know they are important to her. She probably won't notice the herbs. Teapot. Yeah, yeah, it all just went nuts and took everything. Alrighty.
Go ahead.
Was it the latest rumors you were looking for? If not, I'll be happy to tell you anything I know about Balmora, or any other Morrowind lore. I'll take your word that the cave rats are dead. Here, take these 100 septums. It's what I agreed to pay the Fighters Guild.
Okay, we're going to go over to who she recommended we speak to. The Thieves Guild at the South Wall Corner Club. So, we're going to be talking about the bad people. They are competing with the Kimono Tong.
Hurry this
So,
up, will you?
Come on,
finish
then. Say
Larrius
something or move
Varro's little story,
First we greet,
we will ask.
then we do business.
Sugarlips Abasi here is the leader of the Thieves Guild. I'm not going to be joining. I might also get locked out of it, which would probably be okay. So I'm going to ask her about bad people. If the bad people you are looking for are Kimono Tong, then they're in Balmora. You'll find them at the Council Club Corner Club. That's the local Kimono Tong hangout. The scout would be Vidusa Sathrion. Marasa Aran would be the pawnbroker. The thief would be Madrak Thirith. Sovor Trandel is the savant. The Neil Velas would be the smith. Okay. She doesn't want to get too involved here.
What brings you?
So, we're going to leave and break in somewhere. You know, kind of randomly. But we're going to break into Fallow Manor, which will tie a few things in together. Now, I'm a little tired tonight. I'm just going to go take a nap. She hasn't slept since she did the pilgrimage. In fact, she's so lazy, she's just going to recall directly to her bed. You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a gold mask led you among the dead as through a wedding celebration. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, but your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath, your tongue fluttered in vain. Something hilarious about that. My original, the original mod list, Path of the Incarnate, has a mod in it that is the animated disturbing dreams. So you actually see these dreams happen. Unfortunately, it bugs followers to no end if you have some, because they end up showing up in the dream with you and looking, you know, doing their general, just like staring at you like nothing is happening. And then they get stuck there. So that isn't great. So I took it out because, yeah, follower scripting is a thing. Oh, I have to be careful. I didn't actually sleep well. I had a dream, it triggered, there was no more sleep, so... Alright. Now we're gonna go to Thlalo Manor. This is a good, excuse me, a good starting house, really. I usually do it one of the first things, but this time I held off to see if it was conflicting with Larrius Varro tells a little story, and it looks like it was, at least in my case.
Do I know you?
So you pick your way in here. I have mods that have greatly upgraded this place. I mean, you could just come in here and steal all of this frosted ebony and sell it for a huge amount of money, but I like the static. I like the way it looks. A minor tip, don't pick up a Dwemer Coherer if you're going to go speak to Divaith Fear. So there's a ton of stuff. There is fire for cooking. There's no water source in here. There's no keg for water. But there's a huge amount of alchemy stuff to take. So I do miss that at the beginning of the game, but in order to finish everything and not get stuck, I hold off coming in this way. Some of this is just see, so some of it's alchemy, some of it's, flint and steel, green glass platter. So I'm just grabbing the alchemy stuff. A lot of it is also just empty storage. There are a lot of books. I'm not going to be spending a lot of time here. I'm going to stay at the stronghold, so I don't really mind if I ravage the books. So here's the real Baron Zaya. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1 and 3. That's unusual. Okay. This is a series. I have 3 already. I'm going to take multiple copies of Saragioni's sermons because it comes up in some quests. Yeah, the shelves are so full of books that even if you take a copy of every single one, they still look pretty good. Make sure I didn't miss anything important. Okay. We come up here. And oh no! Dead body. Raylan Lalo. He's got some good... I mean, he's got extravagant clothes, so they are also another really good beginning thing. Let's see if I've got anything I can give him that he can wear. Nope, buddy, I sold it all. Sorry. Oh no. So you can see there's a key. Small key. How anybody could find that, I don't know. Alright, so we could just do that. You know, close the door.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
More books. Good place for books.
It's just terrible what happened. Roland Lalo employed me for years. What will I do now? You won't believe what old Avis said yesterday. I could live in a nutshell and be consumed with infinite space were it not that I have bad dreams. What the hell is he talking about?
What the hell he's talking about is that's a Shakespeare quote. Always try to get a good night's sleep. I'm not your mother, but really, if you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything. Princess Bride reminds me.
Necromancy is both illegal and utterly evil according to our custom and religion. Yes, I was one of Roland Lalo's servants. I saw the Dunmer who killed him with my own eyes. I can give you the murderer's description. The Dunmer who murdered Roland Lalo was young with red hair and a tall row over his head, as is fashionable these days. He wore bone mold armor and wielded a Dwemer war axe. I do not know more than that. I am sorry. I wish you luck. I'm telling you, it's making me worried. My neighbor was outside in the middle of the night last night, running around, talking nonsense, and in the morning, he doesn't remember a thing about it. Those scholars talk stuff about delusion diseases and such. What the hell does that mean? And why can't the priests cure it?
Alright, I am a whole level 3. Let's see. So I usually solve the murder pretty early, but I have not yet wiped out the entire Kimona Tong at level 3. Let's see how this goes. It seems like a bad idea, but I mean, what fun is a game without bad ideas? Okay, so I have triggered Sleepers Awake. I didn't, and it's showing up now in my quest list. I was hoping to not trigger it because, okay, for now, I am going to hide Sleepers Awake in my quest log. It adds way too many things to the tracking list. I will re-enable it later, but I'm going to untrack objects. See, it's still there. Can I hide it? Okay, Yeah. It's a lot. It's not really a classic quest. You can even hide the objectives, but they're going to keep showing up again and again as soon as you meet someone or trigger something. So for now, I'm going to hide that quest.
I suppose I have a moment.
I've got a few minutes if you need something.
Okay, I'm going to hand in cave rats.
You're a welcome break from the locals. Have you taken care of that cave rat problem yet? Surely you can handle even that. So you killed the rats? Not bad. For you. You ready for more orders? There's nothing more to say about that. Your devotion to the Fighters Guild is not in question, but you still require more experience. Redouble your training and practice your skills to become the journeyman. A local egg mine has problems with egg poachers, and you're going to solve those problems. Yes, egg poachers. May sound silly, but those Kwama eggs are among the few things worth exporting from this nasty little province. Drambero, the owner of Shulk Egg Mine, wants to make an example of these thieves to keep other miners from getting funny ideas. The egg poachers, Civillo Othan and Danila Valas, are former egg miners and longtime local troublemakers. You can handle that, can't you? Report back when the poachers are dead. The mine is a short distance southwest of Balmora, in the bluffs west of the Odai River. The old suspension bridge across the Odai is just southeast of the mine entrance. Follow the river south of Balmora until you see the bridge overhead. You're not afraid of a little swim, are you? It's simple. The citizens give us duties and gold, and I pass some of them on to you. When you're ready for advancement, just come ask me, and I'll tell you if you're ready or not. You are already a member of the Fighters Guild.
Anything I can do for you?
Okay, I'm going to see if I can wipe out the Kimono Tongue in Balmora, because that's what you do at level 3, right? I think me and my bow can do it. Okay, one of these guys is the murderer of Raylan Flalo. You can see he matches the description. Dwarven axe, hair. So, we're going to accuse him.
Hello, I'm Thanalin Velas, and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? Me? No, you're mistaken. It was that Argonian Nine-Toes. Just a coincidence, I assure you. Nine-Toes is the real murderer.
Oh, wow.
His house is in the middle row. His house is in the middle row east of the river
Odai.
Odai. I am Thanalin Velas, a smith. What's it to you?
Wow, when you ask about Bacola Closius, how should I know anything about that filthy Enoir? And if I did, why would I tell you? Alright, I might need to trigger speaking to someone else who says he matches the description. Apparently my eyes are not valid. So let's see if anybody knows he matches the description. And while we're at it, I'm just going to go speak to people and see if I can get some more bases. Never enough bases. Okay, yeah, I mean, eventually enough bases.
You are an annoyance. Leave, or I shall call for the guard. Yes, I know my way around Balmora.
Wow.
What about it? Bad people? If you're looking for specific names from the Kamana Tong, you should go talk to the Thieves Guild. I can't afford to get involved, but the Thieves Guild has an interest, and maybe they'll be willing to stick their necks out. You might find someone who'll talk to you over at the South Wall Corner Club. I heard that Nine-Toes the Argonian killed him. That could be Thanalin Velas at the Council Club over by the Siltstrider.
Okay, yeah, that was it. I had to speak to her. Speak to someone else. Asen. Yay! Thank you. Okay, so essentially, the murderer accuses Nine Toes of being the murderer, like you do, and Nine Toes is one of the Blade's trainers. I'm just gonna, you can just cut out the middleman and go accuse him directly.
Is there something you need? It's good of you to stop by.
Is
Always
it?
happy to see you. Were you looking for a little advice?
No, you hate me.
Or is there something else in Balmora you want to ask about? Just a coincidence, I assure you. Nine Toes is the real murderer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Me? No, you're mistaken. It was that Argonian Nine Toes.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go speak to Nine Toes, I guess. Interesting. The quest takes a different path depending, I guess, on... I don't know, maybe it's blocked now by the little story. Hard to know. So I'll go speak to Nine Toes and clear his name. So he's one of the Blades trainers that Caius directs you to early. I usually ignore that. I don't have enough money early game for training, really, so there's no point at level 1 to be like, hey, train me up when you've got 4 gold.
Greetings, Mutsera.
Welcome, Nine Toes is my name, Hunter is my trade. I'd be happy to share a little advice or Morrowind lore with a fellow Blade, or maybe you'd like to catch up on some latest rumors. Ask him about murderer's description.
See, now you know I'm innocent.
Ask him about Raylan Thlalu.
I have heard the rumors, but I am not a murderer. I believe someone is spreading these rumors because I am a foreigner and an Argonian. I'm trying to update our maps of the Bitter Coast. There are no good maps of this area. Period. Islands, mountains, swamps, lakes, rivers. It's impossible. I'm getting to know the swamps and waterways here, maybe as well as the natives. But I can't blend with the natives, and I'm useless in the West Gash or the Ashlands. And I don't see why the maps are so important. Smuggling, maybe. But I'm wondering if they're thinking about landing and moving the legions through here, in case of trouble.
Wow, that's a lot of information you should not be telling someone who's level 3. Alright, so I think because I have Larrius Varro tells a little story and I'm supposed to murderize all of them, you can't directly challenge him, so I'm gonna try again, and if I can't, I'm going to directly murderize them.
Move along, brethren.
So as you can see, that guard started identifying me as a Redoran. Move along, Redoran. This is a Thlalu town. They like me less based on my faction. Alright, let's see. If I can't get him... Alright, I have Fury. So if I can't get him to attack me...
Well now, you're back again.
Talking to him...
And what can I do for you this time? Can I... Me? No, you're His house is in the middle row, east of the... Just a coincidence, I assure you. Nine Toes is the real murderer. I'm going to use
Fury to enrage him and make him attack me. I can usually kill him with a Daedric bow at level 1, so I should be okay.
Good to see you again. Please, whenever you're in Balmora, feel free to...
And I can taunt him.
That makes me angry.
Until he attacks me.
That makes me angry. You would lose. Don't you have better things to do?
Unfortunately, I think my mod makes it really hard for me to lower disposition with people. Let's see what happens if I attack him now. And I still don't have any arrows, so we're just gonna beat him to death with an axe. Yeah, that gives me a crime now everybody. Yeah, that's not the best. That wasn't the best plan.
I will end your pain.
Yeah, not the best plan.
Is there something you need?
Yeah, I need this quest to work.
Good to see you again. Please, whenever you're in Balmora, feel free to stop.
Okay. I taunted him. Not great. You know what? I still don't have any arrows. I'm gonna go buy some arrows and try again.
What was that? Move along, brethren.
Come, Outlander. Let us do business. Hello, friend. I'm Thorek. Welcome to Balmora. If you have a question, I'll be happy to answer it. Or try, anyway. And if it's just a little advice you'd like, that's fine, too.
I don't like the whistles. Okay. Kill the Komodo tongue at level 3. Take, what is it, 7? I'll be back when I have, you know, a weapon. Come on, kitty. Let's not die this time. Just so you know, honey, not dying is important, right? Yeah, okay.
Friend?
So I'm not sure I'm going to kill all of them, but I'm going to kill at least one of them. Eventually. Okay, so a combo of Fury and Taunt does work. Spirit the kitty tank. Good job, baby. We didn't die. Okay, I'm not sure how capable I am of killing all of them, but let's save and try. Some of them are harder than others. This guy is kind of... Alright. Let's try the same thing. Million taunt. Go.
Hello, friend. I'm Sovor Trandel. You're wasting your breath. Think so? No, I believe that was your
No, I believe that was your mother? Wow. Yeah, all of them at once. Go, Kitty. So Kitty is key. Kitty is absolute necessity of life. You are the best, Kitty. Okay. No. I don't like you guys. I'm gonna make you cease to exist. Okay, there's one more. Oh, you're the little lady that's always in my way on the Oh, I'm gonna be happy to kill you. Always blocking that door. Always blocking that door.
What is this about?
Well. Sorry, I healed myself. That's anticlimactic. And I'm failing. And I'm failing. You are embarrassing me in front of the...
Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Cloud. How can I serve you?
Okay.
Thanks. That does it!
Does it? Come on, Kitty. Come on, Kitty. Kitty's the best. Oh. Don't care about you. Yes. Hey. I'm happy about that. Okay. Well, this is a personal best for me in terms of actually being able to get and finish Larrius Varro's little story quest. So we're going to celebrate by porting over to the Moon Moth and making sure... No, not that. Celebrate by getting lost immediately. No. Alright, here we go. And actually finish his quest. I did it!
What was that?
I don't like the Empire, but I did it.
Yes? Is this about that work we discussed earlier? I see everything's been taken care of, and remarkably enough, without creating any problems of a legal nature. You are far more discreet than I had hoped. I'm so glad I found that nice present from the Emperor. Here, it seems to be a ring. A very nice ring. There was no note with it, I'm afraid, but I'll let the Emperor know you've received it. I'm sure he'll be pleased. And also, from me, because of your exceptional discretion, take this special volume from my own library, with my compliments.
Yeah, I think he's lying about it being from the Emperor. It's a bribe.
The bad people I was talking about? They're all good people now. I think you may have had something to do with that. Possibly. So the little story has a perfect ending. All the bad people washed away. It almost makes you believe in the power of prayer. Do you like it? It's called the Ring of Surroundings. It's useful for sneaking about. I don't know much about it, but I believe it used to belong to a bad person. We don't usually need that sort of thing in the Legion. We're a little more straightforward in our methods, usually. Do you like it? It's called the Ring of Surroundings.
Oh, wow. I am...
Do you like it? Do you like it? It's called the Ring of Surroundings.
I'm bugged.
It's useful for
I
sneaking
can't ask him about this.
I don't know much about it, but I believe it used to belong. Do you like it? It's called the Ring.
Okay, so I have to restart. Learn the lesson of not speaking to him about the Ring of Surroundings. Ever.
What is this? Yes? Is this about that work we discussed earlier? I see everything's been taken care of, and remarkably enough, without creating any problems of a legal nature. The bad people I was talking about? They're all good. So the little story has a perfect ending. All the bad people washed away. It almost makes you believe in the power of prayer.
Okay, Ring of Surroundings. Chameleon, 20 to 30% for 30 seconds on self. I don't know if that stacks with the other thing, but it is a nice ring. I will be keeping it. And that is a good day's work. I like that you can get turnip, cabbage leaf, and scrap metal from suspicious water. Like when you're filling up your jug, you're not like, hey, maybe I should not put the turnip in there.
Berenzia in his own selfish fashion, and deception was the only way he could think of that would cement possession of her. She, of course, felt only friendship toward him, but he was hopeful that she would gradually change her mind. He wanted to buy a small farm and settle down into a comfortable marriage, but at the time his earnings were barely enough to feed and shelter them. After only a short time in Riften, Straw fell in with a bold, villainous Khajiit thief named Theris, who proposed that they rob the Imperial Commandant's house in the central part of the city. Theris said that he had a client, a traitor to the Empire, who would pay well for any information they could gather there. Berenzia happened to overhear this plan and was appalled. She stole away from their rooms and walked the streets of Riften in desperation, torn between her loyalty to the Empire and her love for her friends. In the end, loyalty to the Empire prevailed over personal friendship, and she approached the Commandant's house, revealed her true identity, and warned him of her friend's plan. The Commandant listened to her tale, praised her courage, and assured her that no harm would come to her. He was none other than General Symmachus, who had been scouring the countryside in search of her since her disappearance, and had just arrived in Riften, hot in pursuit. He took her into his custody and informed her that, far from being sent away to be sold, she was to be reinstated as the Queen of Mournhold as soon as she turned 18. Until that time, she was to live with the Septim family in the newly built imperial city, where she would learn something of government and be presented at the imperial court. At the imperial city, Berenzia befriended the Emperor Tiber Septim during the middle years of his reign. Tiber's children, particularly his eldest son and heir Pelagius, came to love her as a sister. The ballads of the day praised her beauty, chastity, wit, and learning. On her 18th birthday, the entire imperial city turned out to watch her farewell procession preliminary to her return to her native land. Sorrowful as they were at her departure, all knew that she was ready for her glorious destiny as sovereign of the kingdom of Mournhold. In the second volume of this series, it was told how Berenzia was kindly welcomed to the newly constructed imperial city by the Emperor Tiber Septim and his family, who treated her like a long-lost daughter during her almost one-year stay. After several happy months there learning her duties as vassal queen under the Empire, the imperial general Symmachus escorted her to Mournhold, where she took up her duties as queen of her people under his wise guidance. Gradually they came to love one another, and were married and crowned in a splendid ceremony at which the emperor himself officiated. After several hundred years of marriage, a son, Helseth, was born to the royal couple amid celebration and joyous prayer. Although it was not publicly known at the time, it was shortly before this blessed event that the Staff of Chaos had been stolen from its hiding place deep in the Mournhold mines by a clever, enigmatic bard known only as the Nightingale. 8 years after Helseth's birth, Berenzia bore a daughter, Morgia, named after Symmachus's mother, and the royal couple's joy seemed complete. Alas, shortly after that, relations with the Empire mysteriously deteriorated, leading to much civil unrest in Mournhold. After fruitless investigations and attempts at reconciliation, in despair, Berenzia took her young children and travelled to the imperial city herself to seek the ear of then-Emperor Uriel Septim VII. Symmachus remained in Mournhold to deal with the grumbling peasants and annoyed nobility, and do what he could to stave off an impending insurrection. During her audience with the emperor, Berenzia, through her magical arts, came to realize to her horror and dismay that the so-called emperor was an impostor, none other than the bard Nightingale who had stolen the Staff of Chaos. Exercising great self-control, she concealed this realization from him. That evening, news came that Symmachus had fallen in battle with the revolting peasants of Mournhold, and that the kingdom had been taken over by the rebels. Berenzia, at this point, did not know where to seek help, or from whom. The gods, that fateful night, were evidently looking out for her as if in redress of her loss. King Edwire of High Rock, an old friend of Uriel Septim and Symmachus, came by on a social call. He comforted her, pledged his friendship, and furthermore confirmed her suspicions that the emperor was indeed a fraud, and none other than Jaeger Tharn, the imperial battle mage, and one of the Nightingale's many alter egos. Tharn had supposedly retired into seclusion from public work and installed his assistant, Rhea Silmain, in his stead. The hapless assistant was later put to death under mysterious circumstances. Supposedly a plot implicating her had been uncovered, and she had been summarily executed. However, her ghost had appeared to Edwire in a dream, and revealed to him that the true emperor had been kidnapped by Tharn and imprisoned in an alternate dimension. Tharn had then used the Staff of Chaos to kill her when she attempted to warn the Elder Council of his nefarious plot. Together, Edwire and Berenzia plotted to gain the false emperor's confidence. Meanwhile, another friend of Rhea's, known only as the Champion, who apparently possessed great, albeit then untapped, potential, was incarcerated at the imperial dungeons. However, she had access to his dreams, and she told him to bide his time until she could devise a plan that would effect his escape. Then he could begin on his mission to unmask the impostor. Berenzia continued to charm and eventually befriended the ersatz emperor. By contriving to read his secret diary, she learned that he had broken the Staff of Chaos into 8 pieces and hidden them in far-flung locations scattered across Tamriel. She managed to obtain a copy of the key to Rhea's friend's cell and bribed a guard to leave it there as if by accident. Their champion, whose name was unknown even to Berenzia and Edwire, made his escape through a shift gate Rhea had opened in an obscure corner of the Imperial dungeons using her already failing powers. The champion was free at last, and almost immediately went to work. It took Berenzia several more months to learn the hiding places of all 8 staff pieces through snatches of overheard conversation and rare glances at Tharn's diary. Once she had the vital information, however, which she communicated to Rhea forthwith, who in turn passed it on to the champion, she and Eadwire lost no time. They fled to Wayrest, his ancestral kingdom in the province of High Rock, where they managed to fend off the sporadic efforts of Tharn's henchmen to haul them back to the Imperial city, or at the very least obtain revenge. Tharn, whatever else might be said of him, was no one's fool save perhaps Berenzia's, and he concentrated most of his efforts toward tracking down and destroying the champion. As all now know, the courageous, indefatigable, and forever nameless champion was successful in reuniting the 8 sundered pieces of the Staff of Chaos. With it, he destroyed Tharn and rescued the true Emperor, Uriel Septim VII. Following what has come to be known as the Restoration, a grand state memorial service was held for Symmachus at the Imperial city, befitting the man who had served the Septim dynasty for so long and so well. Berenzia and good King Eadwire had come to care deeply for one another during their trials and adventures, and were married in the same year shortly after their flight from the Imperial city. Her 2 children from her previous marriage with Symmachus remained with her, and a regent was appointed to rule Mournhold in her absence. Up to the present time, Queen Berenzia has been in Wayrest with Prince Helseth and Princess Morgia. She plans to return to Mournhold after Eadwire's death. Since he was already elderly when they wed, she knows that that event, alas, could not be far off as the elves reckon time. Until then, she shares in the government of the Kingdom of Wayrest with her husband, and seems glad and content with her finally quiet and happily unremarkable life.
She is looking forward to today because she's got a lot of money. I'm just going to make herself new toys.